welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
A little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out they grow up to be classy.
Yeah.
But they're just a big old piece of trash.
Trash.
I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition. She's out in the garage huffing gas.
Okay, good for her.
A little afternoon snack
Good for her.
My co-host is coming at you from right next to me, unamused this week. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage? He is an international businessman and my best pal in the whole wide world. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
What up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, view, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. Then obviously the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/areyougarbage. You go over there, you get all that bonus content, gang.
Gang, we couldn't be more excited to have our incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. She is a very funny, very successful stand-up comedian and podcaster. She tours all over. You can hear her every week on B and Ian with Jordan, and she's got her own pod, R.I.P. Give it up for the one, the only Jordan Jensen, everybody. There she is. Finally, most requested guest.
Yes, happy to have you.
They've been begging for you.
Of
Because
course.
I know I'm trash.
Yes.
Give
Which
us-
I think everybody knows you're trash. so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
good.
it's going to be a home run.
Yeah, I don't have anybody fooled. Try as I might.
Give us the backstory. What's the origin story?
Upstate New
Growing
York.
up.
Upstate. Deep
Really?
upstate.
Where at?
Well, here's the thing. Father in Lansing. Father, mother in Lansing have a contracting business. Start
Lansing,
a farm.
is that New York?
Yeah, it's
Okay, like
outside of
where?
Ithaca. It's trash.
Okay. You say Lansing like it's fucking
It's
Albany.
out.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
Okay.
very tiny. One stoplight. Shitty. And then so they have a farm where they have goats. They meet playing rugby. My dad is my mom's rugby coach.
What?
What?
How did he not
It's a
know
small
she'd
town. They
become a lesbian?
gotta recruit everybody.
Yep. They both went to Cornell.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
So
yes.
they're learned people.
They are.
Did they grow up there in Lansing?
My dad grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
My mom grew up in Lansing.
Why'd your dad move there?
To go to Cornell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is the very weird thing. They're like people who have an education and somehow manage to be very trashy. It's very interesting. They're like farm people more than anything. And then they had a farm together. They accidentally had 2 children.
And the farm was goats. It was a goat farm?
It was horses that they would. My dad broke horses for a man named Cowboy Rick. Shout out.
Shit.
Broke them like
Rode them to control them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was hot. My dad was
Racehorses?
really
That is
hot.
pretty hot, dude.
Yeah.
racehorses?
Racehorses. Yeah, thoroughbred racehorses.
No
yeah.
shit.
And horses just for like people to ride.
Was he
Yeah.
like a tough guy? He had to be.
Yeah. It was tough.
I mean, breaking horses, that's like the baddest cowboy on the fucking farm does that.
How do you go
Yeah.
from Cornell to breaking horses?
See, my dad was like, he was one of these dudes who went to Cornell to be like, I'm going to be a journalist to fight the war in Vietnam and talk all about how like peace should happen. And then he was like not very good at that. So then he just
Change of
bought a
plan,
farm.
horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he became a contractor and was just like building houses around Ithaca and Lansing. And then my mom got addicted to building houses with him.
Okay.
Still doesn't know she's
That's
gay.
insane.
Still doesn't know she's gay. Crazy. Met her at playing rugby, and she goes, "Please put a tool belt on me." Had no idea.
Uh-huh.
And then my dad was like super, super high all the time on a huge amount of weed, and my mom was like, "Okay, this is getting boring. I'm gonna go into the city of Ithaca. It's not a city. Small
Go
town.
into the city.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint the town red.
I'm gonna go to the big city." And then my dad was like, no, you're not. And my mom was like, "Yes, I am." And then my dad got super crazy. And then my mom was like, "Now we're really going." Took me and the kids. So then I had split custody.
Like they separated at that point.
Yeah.
It was, I'm going to the city and taking the kids.
How
Yeah.
old are you at this point?
I'm 2. My sister's 8.
Okay.
So now we're going back and forth between like lesbian. Well, she wasn't lesbian yet. Between downtown Ithaca, which is like a beautiful little like Cornell haven,
Sure.
and white trash dad's house. So I'm going from dad's house, getting covered in dog hair and cat piss, and then
That's
going.
every dad's house, by
That's
the way.
every
Yeah,
dad's
yeah,
house.
yeah.
And then going into Ithaca and having the kids be like, "Oh no, this is unacceptable here." So I have both. My sister's white trash. She's more Lansing bred. And then
Is your mom a lesbian at this time?
Not yet.
Not yet to your knowledge, or
not yet to anybody's knowledge.
Okay.
So she's fucking dudes left and right. Okay.
Really?
She's,
After
yeah.
the divorce.
After the divorce, she's got a
The
couple.
Jensen's party, dude.
Yeah, we party. And then she's got like boyfriends she's got like other contractor boyfriends. And then she starts getting irritated because they're all very stupid. That was her whole thing. She's like, they're too dumb. They can't keep up with me.
Is your mom and dad doing different contracting things at this point, or are they still together?
So now they are. So it was Cosentini Jensen Construction.
Okay.
Now it is Cosentini Construction Jensen Development. They are now in a war. So now.
Still?
Really?
No,
at that point.
No, my
At
dad
that
is
point.
very much dead, and my mom is killing it.
Okay.
She killed him.
Respect.
Yeah. But now they're in a war, so now it's like if you get a house, you're either with my dad or my mom. And,
No shit.
Yeah. And then at one
It's like
point,
Yellowstone.
No shit.
it was like Yellowstone, yeah. And then my mom goes, okay, my mom gets a job for like, so they're in full war. My dad is like trying to kill my mom. My first memories, truly, my first
Trying to
memories
kill her?
are my dad closing my mom in a door. And my mom is like so diesel that she was just in the door being like, Jack, you're being insane. This is,
Jack, I will fuck you up
she's
if you
like,
don't
this
let
is
go of
ridiculous. Let the door go so I can kill you. And he was so much bigger than her, but she just never, there was no phase. There was never any like, she was always just like, get your boot all out of my mouth. Okay.
Jesus.
Do you
What
think that's
the
a curb
fuck?
stomp? Yeah,
This
crazy.
is post-divorce?
Yeah, post-divorce.
Wow.
So me and my sister are rats. We're full rat children.
Uh-huh.
We're feral.
What are you living in Ithaca? An apartment or house?
Apartment. It's like the divorce apartments where everybody goes.
Sure.
So it's like what are those hotels they put us in sometimes with a full-size fridge?
Oh, like
Extended
an extended stay.
Extended stay.
That's
it was
where
like
you
an
were
extended
living?
stay. Yeah, for a bit.
Jesus.
That's like as close as I can
Why did she
describe
build
it.
you a house?
That's crazy.
She did eventually.
Okay.
And then
That's like witness protection shit.
yeah, we call it's
Yikes.
called Winston Courts. If you hear somebody go, "I'm going to Winston Courts," you're like, "I'm really sorry about your divorce." It's like always. And then what happens? Oh, and then my dad is trying to kill my mom. Oh yeah, business. They have a feuding business, and then my mom gets a job. That's like this guy who's a nightmare human being, and he goes, I want you to build this house, and he shows her the plans, and it's the ugliest house you've ever seen. No windows, looks like it's out of Beetlejuice. And she goes, I have the perfect place where you should put this, and puts it right across from my dad's farm.
Are you fucking
Yeah.
kidding me?
It's still there. It's the ugliest piece of shit you've
That's
ever seen.
diabolical.
It's so fucked up. For years, my dad we would go over. He would make me get a bunch of trees, put them in plants, and bring them over, and be like, "Hi," as a little kid, and be like, would you plant these trees? Like, we want to have more
to
foliage.
block out
To block it
yeah,
off.
and the person was like, no, we like it flat and
we
weird.
like full vision.
And was your mom there every day building the house, I guess?
Yeah, and
Wow.
yeah, totally. And
What the fuck?
crazy.
they had beef. And beef. I mean, my dad went to jail because he poured paint on one of my mom's boyfriend's cars.
What the fuck?
This is like cheaters.
That's
dude.
hood rat shit. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
That did suck because he tried to fight that guy, and then that guy was so tall. I thought this was unfair. He was too tall. So
Is your dad a bigger guy or
my dad's like 6'1",
That's a big guy?
This is
Yeah.
all after the divorce.
all after the divorce. But
Crazy.
the other guy was so tall that he just punched my dad in LA. I remember being
Did you see
pissed.
this?
No, but my mom told me and my sister where my dad was. He was in jail. And then
For that
yeah,
scrap?
yeah, and then I remember making up a song about the boyfriend where I was like, he's stupid and I hate him because he shouldn't have won, but it was like I remember being
Sure.
like, my dad would have fucking killed
Yeah,
this
he
guy.
would have got you.
Beat your
Cheap
dad
shot
up.
at him.
And I'm
Yeah.
4 at that age, being like, yo, my dad could fucking kill my mom's boyfriend.
Is he living with you guys? Is the boyfriend living with you guys?
No, he would not. He was a very good dude. My mom very much loved him, but then my mom he broke up with my mom because my dad was crazy, and he was like, I can't.
Sure.
deal
Yeah, I'm not
with
going to fight this guy
Sure.
every,
Yeah.
every time he gets out of jail. I'm not fighting this dude.
Yeah.
Slashing his
What
tires.
the fuck?
So yeah, really trashy at my dad's. Lot of barn cats. We lived above a barn. So my dad took a huge barn and he put little apartments up top, and we lived in those.
What was the custody? Like every other weekend, every couple
It
days
was
a week?
It was Friday. I remember. So Wednesdays 5:30 till the next day, and then during the weekends.
Okay.
With my dad, which was like, some of it was fun. Like
I'm
when I
sure
was
you're
little.
in the city and then you're like,
Yeah.
we're going out to the country on
Yeah.
the weekend.
Wait, so there's no farmhouse. He's in a barn with apartments.
There's a giant barn, and then there is a stables over here. There's stables under where we lived, a bunch of stables. So you can
crazy,
hear
dude.
horses in your room.
I'd fucking kill myself.
Yeah, I loved
wonder
it.
why
As a
you're a
little
comic.
girl, I loved it. And then something. Lost all of our money. Had to sell the horses. That was very
Business went
sad.
bad? Or
Both
just-
of them just fucked up their business. Both of them went too big to. I think in
That's
beef
a problem with
each other,
contractors.
Yes.
It's like when it's good. That was my family. When it's good, it's good, and they
Yeah.
go, "This is going to be like this forever," and you're like, "It is not."
And
Yeah.
How did they get into that? Did they have history with like building stuff before college?
My dad in Chicago worked for his brother-in-law who was in the union, which then I later moved to Chicago for 3 months to see if I could do construction because my whole life heard
To join the union?
Well, I just wanted to see if I could hack it there because I had been doing construction so long for my mom and my dad that I just wanted to see if I could do it without them in Chicago, which is like the hardest place to do construction because of all the union. It was hard, and I didn't do so good.
Wild.
I did not do good. I ended up as a roofer. And in Chicago, when you roof, you're just like, it's all slate that they're having removed, and then they're having, so you remove all this slate, and then you get covered in complete darkness, and then only your eyeballs show. And I lived with a dude named Angel who was like in a gang, so I would always come in fully like that, and he'd be like, and I'd be like, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. It was crazy.
Roofing. That's nuts.
Yeah.
How old are you when you're doing that?
I've been doing construction since I was like 14. So yeah, I mean,
You were doing that as a job for a while. Like that was your.
I was doing that as a job up until the pandemic.
Really?
So I had my own contracting business in New York.
You got a couple pictures you can hang around here if you want.
Yeah.
How big? Like, were you building houses and shit, or just like handyman stuff?
I built houses with my dad, and then when I was here, I made a crepe place into like a barber shop. So I poured a floor and I put up, and I tore down all the walls.
Jesus Christ!
And like,
know that.
what else did I do? I built a bunch of shit for people. Like I took down walls, or I added walls, or I built them fences or porches, or anything you can do in Brooklyn was what I was doing, which is crazy.
What the fuck?
nuts.
And New York, I guess.
Huh, okay. All right.
How far away is your mom's house to your dad's house?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. That's
too
it.
close.
Yeah,
With a
way
lot
too
of
close.
plotting.
And Dad would
going
not
on.
come into the town. He would hate coming into town because he had this giant 62 Ford pickup that would not. So he'd be like,
Who
I'm not
is
coming
this
out
guy?
there. He's the Marlboro man.
That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
And school was public school, I presume, and were you going to school in Ithaca?
Ithaca, thank God.
Public
Yeah.
school in Ithaca.
Yes, which was hard because I did smell like cat piss all the time.
Sure, yeah.
And I was really, I was unbullied. I remember one kid went around the room and he was like, to everybody, he was like, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're fat, you're dumb. And he got to me and he went, you look like you have problems at home. And I remember that.
I read in the paper
like,
your
you're right.
dad's nuts.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's a deep
Yeah.
cut. That
Yeah.
one stings.
Yeah.
Keep it up. I'll take the supports out of your stairs, pussy.
And then I started, so I have like crippling OCD, always have. And I would go to the dentist and the dentist would be like, okay, I'm going to use this sharp hook on your teeth. And I'd be like, no, you're not. You're a liar. And you're going to carve my face up. And I know that. So I would get out of the chair and I would run
I don't
home.
know if that's OCD.
Yeah,
I think that's
whatever.
fucking-
I'm a neurotic human being.
Okay.
And I was like, you're going to do something horrible to me. I don't believe you. So then finally, after months and months of trying to get me to go to a dentist, a lady came in and she was like, listen, I am going to touch your gums with this a little bit. I'm going to do my best to avoid. And I was like, you're being honest. You can work on my teeth. And I'm like 5. And then that lady kept hitting on my mom over and over and over and over until finally my mom caved in. They became lesbians. I found out because my sister was outside of my mom's bedroom with her ear pushed up against the door. And I was like, what's going on in there? And she goes, go in and find out. So I was like, okay, I'll go to mom's room. Walked in. Had no idea what
The
was going
dentist
on.
ladies. In
I
there.
thought the dentist was trying to kill my mom.
Get off my mom, you bitch.
So I left the room, was like, Jamie, we got to go in there. That my dentist is trying to kill mom. And she was like, no, she's not. I didn't understand. So then she's gay. And then,
What?
yeah.
Wild.
Was the
Yeah.
dentist lady hot?
She was
Attractive,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah. My mom's second wife was like objectively hot.
How many wives has your mom had? That's
2.
the first time I've ever asked that question.
2.
She's been married 3 times. Your dad
Oh, yeah.
and 2 ladies.
I mean, at that point, it wasn't legal to get married, but you'd say wife.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then what happened? And then she was with Tess for a while. Me and my sister had beef with that lady and her kid because they were too loving.
So
And
she brought kids in?
she brought her daughter in.
Where you living at that point? Not in the extended stay.
Right. No, at this point, she had taken where were we living at that point? Oh, before the extended, or after
This
the
is
extended
a
stay.
web
Yeah.
you have going on.
She had bought an old grocery store and made the top into a apartment, and then downstairs was her business.
What the fuck? Living above things. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I know.
It's one thing about the Jensens. You build a second floor, they'll live in it.
Buy
Yeah.
a grocery store and build an apartment above it. That's wild.
Eventually, my dad had to rent out all of the apartments he'd built so that me and him were just living in the last peak, which was his wood, his woodshed.
Jesus Christ, that's nuts.
And then but when we lived above the grocery store, that was crazy because my mom was single, working all the time, was never around. My sister had decided that I was the reason why my mom and dad got divorced, so she was coming home every day and beating the shit out of me.
No shit.
So then I tried to get it so that my mom would put a trap door in my room so I could drop down into her office. She said no.
What the fuck
And then
is
it's
going
crazy. And lots of social services getting called, which doesn't work. If you're a social services worker, if you're a social
So
worker,
it was that bad? People were getting called. Like, who's calling? The neighbors or like your dad
at
on your
school,
mom?
I was pummeled. And then they would
From
be
your
like,
sister?
Yeah, and they thought my parents were hitting me, and I was like, no way. So, okay, and then Tess moves in. I'm like, okay, great, finally.
The dentist lady.
Yeah, she moves in. My mom gets enough money to buy the house next door to the grocery store. So now we have a house. Then, which is very funny because my mom remodeled the whole bedroom. I just realized recently this was weird. The whole bedroom, her bedroom was like the most beautiful thing that she did with this giant shower, and the rest of the house was just trash, like
Dilapidated.
carpeted.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But now I realize she was using it for photos for the business. Okay, whatever. So then
Gotcha.
they move in with us. That's weird. This whole thing is weird because me and my sister are feral and mean. And this woman
You don't
and her
say you're beating the shit out of each other.
we're feral and mean. We're fucking. We're doing drugs, not in each other, but everybody else.
What age is
We're
this?
doing. I was goth. I must have been 13 at this point.
was goth.
13 fucking and doing drugs?
I was
or like-
blowing.
You were blown at 13?
I remember I got my
too.
period and then I had sex because I remember. No, I had sex and then got my period. No. I remember it was around the same time because I was like, now that I've had sex, I can finally put a tampon in, which needs to happen. So it was that same year, which must have been 14.
So you're 14, your sister is 20, 21.
Yeah. Sister's huge whore. Hottest girl in the
Still
town.
living at home.
Still living at home.
College? Is she going to college?
She went to Cornell. Everybody went to Cornell except for me.
Really?
They're all very smart. I couldn't
That's like
go
an
to
Ivy
Cornell.
League school, isn't it?
Legacy.
It's Ivy League.
I mean,
But the reason why we were all able to go is also my grandfather was a very mean man who was the hockey coach. So my mom was in the Hall of Fame at Cornell for doing two sports, rugby and hockey, swimming and hockey, because she was really good at both. And our grandfather was the coach, which helps you get in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
And she went for large animal veterinarian, so that's hence the
What?
getting into
Your
the
sister?
farm. My mom, my sister.
Oh,
went-
so it was an easier program to get into, you're saying?
yeah,
Gotcha.
and hence her going to the farm and being like, "Yeah, I'll work with horses."
Mm-hmm.
Can't but talk about Acorns.
Ooh, acorns.
That's right, gang. Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing for you, your kids, and your retirement. You don't need a lot of money or expertise to invest with Acorns. In fact, you can get started with just your spare change, a couple of quarters and nickels. Get it in there. Get it working for you. Acorns recommends an expert-built portfolio that fits you and your money goals and automatically invests for you and your family.
Yeah, I've been using Acorns for about 3 years now.
It's doing all right.
It's been the only way I've been able to save money. It's so passive. It's so easy. You download the app, bada bing, bada boom. You click what you want to invest. If you want to do your roundups, if you spend like, hey, this was $1.50, it takes that 50 cents, makes it $2, throws it in an investment for you. And you look, I look every couple of days. I go, ooh, count my coin. You know what I mean?
Out your Acorns.
So head to acorns.com/garbage, download the Acorns app, and start investing for your future today. This is a paid client testimonial. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/garbage. Do it. Yeah.
Kip, we got to tell him about Tushy.
Ooh, I got a clean ass. I'm whistling right now, dog. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Clean his butthole and down this guy. And I know I've been checking it out. It's pretty nice. Gang, do yourself a favor. Get over to Tushy and get yourself a bidet. What are you doing wiping your ass with fucking newspaper?
Like it's medieval times or
Jesus
something. What the
Christ,
hell?
Using your bare hand. Get a nice bidet. Clean the butthole. Keep it fresh. We're talking shower fresh.
Yeah.
You go in there, you do your business, you hit the squirt, you're off to happy hour, baby.
Yeah, they
Ready
were
for action.
They were nice enough to send us one, and I got to tell you, it's a freaking game changer. I don't do away games no more. I save them for the house, so I'm clean as a whistle. It's the setup's super easy. It hooks up to your existing toilet. It's fantastic. Right now, Tushy.
I use Gatorade.
I'm a high C man. Tushy Bidet is dropping deep discounts on bidet life essentials that'll transform your bathroom habits and your butt for life. Now's the time to take away from boring gifts and give the luxury of clean bee-holes to your family, Daddy-O. That's pretty good. Well, everybody's going to think you're European. Give the gift of practical luxury that benefits everyone in your household. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use the code GARBAGE at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code GARBAGE. And don't forget to give us a shout-out while you're there and let them know we sent you. Tell them the boys are here. Go to hellotushy.com for the best gift this holiday season. Do it. Yep.
Yeah, sister's just like, oh yeah, so then
I just want to reiterate that fact.
she's
Huge
super
whore.
hot. I was morbidly obese mall goth because what would happen is I would
Hey, me too. We have more in common than I thought, Jordan.
I would go to my dad's house and my dad would just be so cooked the whole time and he would just be like, I don't know what to do with these children. So I would go upstairs and just chug cereal. Like absolutely
What kind we talking?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
In the barn, in the apartment, above the
Upstairs.
horses.
Yeah, above the horses, above the wood shop. So I would go up there and I would just watch.
Just put a box down?
Yeah, put a whole box down. So I got super fat, and my mom was like, I don't know what to do because your dad won't even talk to me, so I can't tell him not to feed you these things. So then, and what would happen is my mom was like, I don't know how to feed kids, so here's like 4 almonds. So then I'd go to my dad's and be like, and become a machine.
Yeah.
So I got super fat. Jamie was D1 athlete, so she's doing sports the whole time. She's not fat. And then what happened? Oh, and then, so this girl moves in with us, my mom's wife's daughter. She starts stealing from me and my sister. Me and my sister are like, this girl's bad news.
I like how you two are like, this girl's
Yeah,
bad news.
but
yeah.
nobody believed us because we're like, dude, she's literally, I remember one time she had to confess to me that she stole, and she was like, I was really young. It must have been younger than that. It must have been like 9. No, because Michelle was around 13. Okay, so I'm younger than that. I'm not fucking yet.
Okay.
And then she comes in and she's
You
like,
need to know that at that age.
she's like, I stole something from you, and I'm supposed to. Mom told me I have to confess to you. And I remember being like, did you steal one of my teddy bears? And she was like, no, idiot. I stole the money. I stole the $200 that you got. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't
I can
know
replace
what to
that,
do with
yeah.
that, but thank God the teddy bears are safe. I remember that. And then they were weird because they were very mushy and loved each other. And so my family was like, that's weird. And then my mom cheated on her. I think she cheated on her. It was fast. With Michelle, very hot, who's my other mom. So that's mom number 2.
Your
Do you
mom
still
now.
talk to these moms at all or no?
Yeah, so I have mom, Kaz, Michelle, who's like, my mom is like my best friend / dad. Michelle is like my mommy.
Okay.
And then there's Donna, who's my stepmom. Donna's not in here yet.
Okay. So are they, okay.
Donna is your dad's
Nope.
No, Donna is your mom's new mom. Your mom's new wife.
new wife.
My second mom's new wife. Michelle's new wife. Yeah.
Wait, well, hold on. We'll get there, but just so I know, so your stepmom's,
Your
Yeah.
mom gets married to Michelle.
Yeah.
They break up.
Yeah.
Then Michelle,
gets married to someone else.
someone else.
And that's, you also refer to her as mom?
Yeah, they're all 3 moms.
That's too many moms.
It took-
That's way
It
too
took
many
a
moms.
lot of them. It took a lot because my mom has 0 mommy. My mom is like, you will follow me around, do as I say, keep your mouth shut. You will be, if you didn't say if you said something uninteresting to her, like I poop my pants, she'd be like, what does that
That's
have
pretty
to do with
interesting.
me?
I don't care what age you
Yeah.
are.
where did they move to when they broke up? Michelle and the stepmom.
Tess moved out. Michelle moved in.
Tess moved out. Michelle moved in.
So me
How
and
do you
Tess
stay in touch with Michelle like that?
every day.
Like even after they break up, like you're still
Tess
talking?
is the one you're talking about, the dentist.
Yes.
She not in touch at all. That's done.
No, I'm saying. Oh, God,
Oh,
this is
Michelle,
fucking-
after they divorced?
Yeah, like they got divorced. Like my parents are divorced. My dad's been remarried.
He doesn't talk to his
I still
stepmom.
don't talk to my ex-stepmom that often. Like enough to be like,
Because Michelle came into the house and went,
you were
oh
about to
my
say facility.
God. Yeah, I
feel.
was.
Yeah.
I was.
She came into the institution.
I was going to say the
into the
facility.
grocery store.
She came in and then she was like, oh my God, these girls,
They need help.
they need love. And then I was, at this point, my OCD was so bad that I could touch like a 2-foot strip throughout my house to get into my room, and everything else was contaminated. And I was morbidly obese. Not morbidly, but I was fat. And I was still very funny, though. I was the class clown. People loved me.
Hey, you're talking to two of them. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
And then, and so she came in and was like, I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared of everything. There's danger all around. And she was like, I'm a safe space. I love you.
Okay.
I will help you with the OCD. We will get through this. And then they were together for like 6 years. And then when they broke up, it was because my mom cheated on Michelle. And I was like, I'll die. And Michelle was like, no, you're not. I'm 100% going to be here forever. And she has every fucking, totally.
No
she pays my
way.
phone bill. I pay her, but she,
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Where did
Yeah.
she move to when they
she's
broke
in
up?
Ithaca. They're
Top
all
of a dentist
like,
office.
Like I'll see them. They'll all be here in a week
Do
together.
they all still talk or no?
They're all very close. So then Michelle,
Your mom, her ex-wives.
not really my mom. My mom and Tess will hang out sometimes, but my mom and Michelle are like best friends. And Michelle has a new wife,
This is
Donna.
like Golden Girls, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Donna.
So then Michelle was like, all right, because my mom cheated on her, and she's very avoidant. She's very
How do you know she cheated on him?
because
Is that what they outwardly say that?
we all knew, and then they sat me down at one point, and they were like, we're breaking up, and I was like, why? And they were like, because. And I was like, it's because of that woman Chelsea, isn't it? And they were like, yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then Chelsea moved in with us.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
Where'd she meet Chelsea?
Landmark education.
What the hell is that?
Is that culty thing?
Yeah.
Whoa. Your mom was doing that?
They all do it. They love
What
it.
the fuck?
Landmark. What is that again? I forget.
It's basically Scientology
Yeah.
without the aliens. So it's basically like you can.
Yeah, there's a lot of recruiting going on.
Lot
A lot of
of
recruiting
recruiting.
going on. Hey, bring your friends.
Yes, a lot of recruiting. I did the teen forum.
No shit.
Yep, totally. It's they like. If they see this, they will be like, Landmark. They'll text me and be like, it's the best thing. Don't you fucking.
Don't listen
they
to those
love
two
it.
naysayers.
They love it.
Yeah, Luke, can we get a read on Landmark education?
I'm getting Landmark Worldwide right now.
Maybe
That
they've
makes sense.
They've
Type
expanded.
It seems like they did.
Worldwide. What a weird way. When people call things like that, I'm like, how do you expect it not to be evil genius?
Yeah.
Just don't call
Taking
it that.
over the world, yeah.
It's a corporation.
Just call it Landmark Small Communities and people will like it. But you're like, Landmark Global Endeavor.
Yeah.
Wait, so your mom's doing that. She meets the new girl there.
Yes.
They start hooking up.
My
Michelle
mom is
finds
an
out.
elitist. She's an intellectual. So Michelle is like,
You sure about that?
she is. She's scary.
Fist fighting your dad.
Yeah. Anybody she meets who like brings her a new like piece of meat to chew on intellectually, she's like, you're in.
That's where the attention goes.
Yes.
The new shiny toy is this new thought process or whatever.
Right. So now me and my mom are best friends because I studied philosophy and I got, and my sister is kicked out of the gang. My sister was D1 athlete and my mom was like, you're the star. Jordan, you're fat and weird. And then I was like, philosophy. And she was like, Jamie, you're out. Yeah. Jordan, you're in. And
Nobody
my sister's
likes looks anyway.
I did everything. Yes, exactly. So then,
Was Michelle in Landmark too?
yeah, all in Landmark. They're still in Landmark.
That is wild.
They love it.
What the
There's no central leader. That's how they get around a lot.
What'd you say?
There's no central leader.
Secular cult.
Yeah.
The whole thing in Landmark is like, you're the reason for all your problems. That's like the overall thing is like if you have beef with somebody, it's because you're getting something from the beef, which is helpful when when you're being raised by moms, because you can just be like, well, if you have a problem with me drinking beers, isn't that something to do with you? And they're like, damn it.
What do they go to meetings every week or whatever? Is that what it is?
I think my mom got to the point of being a seminar leader. And I think Michelle and Donna go like to seminars like a couple times a year or something.
Donna's Michelle's new wife.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is wild.
Yeah.
I think the game is broken thus far. Family vacation. What was that like growing up?
Oh, none.
None.
What is that?
Nothing in
There
the
was
summer.
camping. We would go camping, and my dad would have sex with different women.
So
If my
he
dad
was
had
dating.
Man, dude, the Jensen's fucking party, dude.
my dad dated the hottest women ever, and the good thing about if they dated the women, that meant I got food, so I could manipulate them.
You are like a cat.
Yeah.
You got, what do you mean you got food?
Well, they were obsessed with him because he was this hot cowboy, and he was like, "These are my girls. They come first."
I got
so
a
then,
stable of them.
yeah. So then I would go to the girlfriends, and I'd be like, You know what daddy like?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah.
He likey when baby isn't hungry.
Uh-huh.
And so then...
Did your dad cook? Was he feeding you and stuff like that on a regular basis?
You know what
No.
I ate at my dad's? Canned cocktail, fruit cocktail. And I would drink the syrup.
Oh.
Yikes.
He's dead, so I can talk totally about him. He would go like this. He'd take those packets of oatmeal that are super sugary and rip 3 and then put them in the microwave, and that was dinner all the time. Oh my God.
I love those.
I
Instant
know.
oatmeal, apples and cinnamon.
Apples
Shout
and
out
cinnamon,
to
that's the one I had. I
Yeah.
can't even put cinnamon in my oatmeal anymore because
of
it reminds me of it too much.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
So
That's
no
insane.
semblance of a normal childhood at all, we can say.
Only when I went to friend's house, but then the friend's house they would always kick me out eventually.
Yeah, I was gonna say the friends' parents weren't like you were a stray cat to them, probably.
They were I was also very bad.
Like don't feed her; she won't go away.
Why would they kick you out?
Me and my sister were notoriously like the
Fuck
bad
fucking
kids.
the dad.
Yeah, not me. Jesus Christ, nobody was fucking me, except for kids. I was begging. I was the bully also in school, so I'd be like, "We're gonna play a game called tag. If I catch you, you have to kiss me in order to get untagged," and they'd be like, "No." That was my game. So, but yeah,
God.
we were like kids weren't allowed over at our house because it was like
At your
From their
mom's or your
parents.
dad's?
yeah, they were like you
Their
can't.
parents are like, "You're not going to the Jensens."
No way, neither of them. A lot of them, my mom, because they weren't there. They just weren't around. They were always working.
Living in a grocery store.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Of course.
Yeah. And and I just lived at other kids' houses, but then their parents would be very like, this kid
You
has to
gotta-
go.
yeah.
And I would be like, dude, let's just go. We can steal your mom's car. I mean, I'd be like 12.
We can be in New York by fucking
Yeah.
noon. Yeah.
And
So
they'd be
you
like,
would
"No,
go to
we
your
can't."
friends and like stay for multiple days. You'd
Yes,
sleep
which
over
became
there.
a problem because my mom would always call and be like, they're going to the same school, just let her sleep over. And they'd be like, you can't have sleepover in school nights. And she'd be like,
That's
that doesn't
crazy.
make sense.
Your
Why?"
mom would say, "Just stay there."
Oh, yeah. For the love of it. She'd
Imagine
be like,
being on the other end of that phone and being like, "You don't want your daughter home tonight? It's Tuesday."
On a
no,
weeknight.
never wanted us home as much. She would ground us. She'd be like, you're grounded. And then if we hung around, she'd be like, why are you still here? What is going on? We'd be like,
I mean,
yeah, it was rough. After school it helped raise me. Did you know about after school?
like after school programs.
Yeah.
At
Those were
school?
sick.
You
like
would
you
stay
stayed
at school.
because like you
Yeah.
didn't have childcare
Those were
after.
good. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. How old are you when you're doing that?
Elementary school the whole way.
So
I did
after
a- I
school,
did
you
some
would
after
stay
school.
there.
Yeah. You'd stay there until
6 when your mom
And then
would
I would-
pick you up or
well-
whatever. What? It's just you and the janitor.
I would walk home. It was close.
You would walk
My
home.
house was like $5 away. Yeah, I'd
Okay.
walk a lot. Yeah. And then I would
That's
always
weird.
I would always jump the fence and run home. And they would call my mom and be like, your kid is skipping school. And she'd be like, she's right here. Who cares? Just leave her alone.
Wait, you would skip. You would get to school, run out, jump the fence, get home.
Sometimes if we had to do physical fitness stuff, yeah. I'm
Really?
going home. Yeah, totally. And yeah, I just lived
I
at
just like
friend's
how the
house.
whole town was like, "All right, these two are lost causes.
Yeah.
Like, just let them do whatever they want."
Oh yeah, we did whatever we want. I mean, it always got us in the end. Like I got to jail. My sister got.
What age did you? What was your what age was the first run in with the police?
Oh my god. I mean, one time I stole the car and drove it so far when I was 13, and I can't believe I didn't get caught, but I almost got caught. But I would say
13? You stole your
Yeah.
mom's car?
Yeah.
What kind
How'd
of
you
car?
know how
It
to
was
drive?
an orange Vibe. I was about to say that. It's
What's
funny
a
you asked it.
vibe?
It's a mom car. It's a lesbian mom car.
What brand is that?
I don't know. Good question.
Oh, it's a Pontiac Vibe.
Oh, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Looks like an Aztec a little bit.
Yeah,
It's rough.
it's a very lesbian mom's car.
Yeah.
yeah.
You stole your mom's car at
Hatchback.
13.
Because I could drive, because I was driving on the farm so young. Because my dad would be like, you have to go drive to the other stables and shit and do stuff.
Mhm.
So I knew how to drive, and I had my dad bought a tractor for me when I was really little, ripped the mower off, and was like, that's yours. So I was just
Just
around.
cruising around.
Yeah, that was fun. My life on the farm before school started was sick. We loved that.
Uh-huh. It's
Dogs,
fun. Yeah.
horses.
Before school started meeting, what do you mean?
Like before I started having to go to school, and then like realizing how other kids lived, and then trying to live off of them, it was good. Like the farm was good.
Gotcha.
Like if I had redone it as my mom, I would have suffered. I would have been like, Jack, you have to go to rehab for weed or whatever. You have to quit smoking weed, and we have to make this work a little bit longer. Because I think the dichotomy of like you're a farm kid and now you're going to public school where kids are like, what are you?
Sure.
Yeah, it's too hard of a transition.
Yeah. And then because Jamie was at Lansing, so they were all like that. They were all paintball pieces of shit. But I was in Ithaca where they were like, what the hell are you? And I was
Wait,
like,
your sister went to a different school.
she went to my dad's.
She stayed there.
Yeah.
Oh, she stayed there most of the time when you would go to your mom's.
No, she stayed in that school system for, I think, no, she went to middle school in Ithaca, but her elementary school was in
Going to
Lansing.
different schools than your siblings
is
is
wild,
a tough
dude.
look.
We did
is
that the whole
trash.
way. Yeah. Yeah.
That is absolute
Well,
trash.
I went to the.
I don't think you said one thing that's even borderline not garbage.
I know. It's rough. And then I went to middle school, high school. She went to the public school. So I went to a public school that was for like bad kids. Not bad kids, but
Not
kids.
good
Let's
kids.
say
Yeah.
bad kids.
Yeah, let's
it's
just say bad kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like the hippie/bad kid school.
Alternative.
It was. It's called the alternative
Yeah,
community
yeah, of
school.
course.
Now, was this after you went to the normal school for a little while and they were like, we got to get her out of here? Or just off the rip, they were like,
And-
high school, she's going to this
Were you a
special
good
school?
student?
No.
What? I'm trying to find a silver lining here. Maybe she's like autistic and
only
has like a
thing-
really good accountant or something.
The only thing I had was I was super like, if I got in trouble with anybody, with the cops or with, lived in the detention's office, I could just talk to the principal and be like, look, listen, I was just trying to make everybody laugh. I'm making a joke. I had to
It's
lighten it.
me.
Yeah, I was very good at like talking my way through things, and the humor was there the entire time. So I was like, my
Charming
whole,
at least.
Yeah, my whole mission in life was to go into class, make everybody laugh. I did not care about the information. I would just try and destroy and then get kicked out. And then so they were like, you got to go to, you can't, she'll die if she goes to the public school. Because I was like, thought that I was like a bully, but also got bullied. And they were like, this won't work. I mean, she's wearing like Hello Kitty glovies. This is
bully
crazy.
who gets
What the
bullied.
fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
I was like going into school looking insane and then being like, give me your money. And they're like,
Or I'll kiss you.
Who was bullying you?
boys. So I bullied girls and boys bullied me.
Hurt people. You know what they
Sure.
say.
Yeah. My sister was bullying me too, like a lot.
She was
bullying me a lot.
beating you up.
She was beating the shit.
Social services showing up at the house is wild.
They showed up at school. That was so weird. I remember exactly.
You cannot be. You're always that kid.
Yeah.
How
Like
old are
the
you when
second
this
they
happened?
show up at school, that's public
I
knowledge.
know. They were so sweet. I went to school for a semester before the pandemic just to be like, maybe I should get a master's. I don't know if comedy's, just to feel good because I didn't want to be a contractor forever. And it is crazy how studying MSW, how many people I realized were social workers in my life. Like I'm like, oh my God, that woman was a social worker. That woman, like these women coming in and be like, would you mind just like stepping into my office? How do you feel? And I was like, what are you? And I would crush these people's soul. I would be like, just like be farting in my armpit and then be like, do you think that you could chase me, fatty? And then run, It was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
And then, yeah.
Ooh, man.
So they would show up at school, take you out of the class, and talk to you.
They
Was there
would,
any like court-appointed therapy or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured there was. Yeah.
yeah, family therapy. I used to sit at my dad's house and make prank phone calls. And I accidentally called our therapist.
calling the White House and stuff.
Called your therapist.
I called her. Like, I was calling every number in the phone book, just randomly. And I remember her picking up and being like, is this Jordan? And me being like, no. Yeah.
I'll kill you,
Yeah.
bitch.
What's the cop situation? When did you first get busted for something?
It's so many. I mean, the amount of times that cops have stopped.
Intervened at some point.
Oh, my God. I used to call the cops all the time for
What are you
'cause I thought it was
doing?
funny. I mean, the amount of times cops caught me graffitiing or...
Graffitiing?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What are you, an MS-13?
I
Who
don't
does
know.
that?
I don't know. And
What, did you have a tag handle?
Yeah.
What was it? I know
It's
you
really
did.
stupid.
Now hit me. What was it?
It was a skull and crossbones with a bow.
That was your trademark?
She walks in both worlds. I'm so interesting.
It's so fucked
Oh
up.
my God. Did you ever try to rap at any point?
No,
Start a band?
but I loved Eminem.
Yeah.
That
Of course
started
you
a
did.
band, yeah.
What'd
Yeah.
you play?
Guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, we were the lovesick children.
Oh my God, you yeah, you were.
Lovesick
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Who
when'd
else
you get
was
a
in- I'm sorry, who else was in it?
My best friend growing up, who that's the house that house saved me. I mean, it was really fucked up because they had a house on the lake, which was so fun. So we would I had this whole Adventureland to plan, but the parents were like, I hate you. And I'd be like, that's totally okay.
I get that. I just need the yard.
You just can't make me go home. And they'd be like, okay, I just want you to know I hate. Like, they would sit down to dinner and they'd be like, oh, and I'd be like, and they'd be like, yeah, sit down. And then at night they would
that's brutal.
they
so
would,
sad, dude.
yeah. I remember the saddest thing is I remember going to sleep, having sleepovers and being like, praying that the mom would also kiss me goodnight, and her never doing it.
Can you read me a story?
So much being like,
Can I
come on,
sleep
come
with
on,
you
come
guys?
on.
You're knocking on their door at 2 a.m.
Yeah, and
What?
yeah, and that family, they were like
So no affection other than Michelle.
Michelle, who came in at
later,
13.
yeah.
Yeah. So then, no, I still am I can't take affection from women. I think all affection, I can only take, if we are fucking, I am glued to you like a fucking wet cat. I don't know if that makes sense.
As you know, they're tend to be sticky.
Yeah. You know, the cats that glue themselves to you when they're wet. But yeah, I'm not good with affection. Like I'll start, if a woman comes up to me after a show and is like, I'm like, panic. I don't like it. So, but if we're banging, I'm like, I want to be inside of you. Yeah.
Gang, let us tell you about Shopify.
Shout out to Shopify.
We know we got a lot of small business owners out there because you come up to us after the show. We talk about your small business and how you're doing and what your passion is. And if you're looking for something to make your life a lot easier, nobody does selling better than Shopify. Home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Ooh. And the not so secret with Shopify Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going into your packet.
Yeah, wet your beak a little bit, you know what I mean? We've been a Shopify operation for a very long time. Back when we were doing the cards and all the merch ourselves, we'd be in there packing. Everything was coming through Shopify. It's fantastic. If two idiots like us can do it, that's how good Shopify is as a platform. It does everything for you. It just boop, 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 tells you where it's going, what they got, how you doing, out the door. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout. Sign up for $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/garbage, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/garbage to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/garbage. Do it. Yeah.
Gang, the show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Yeah. We know a lot of people out there got a lot of problems. You got a lot of things going on. I got a lot of stuff going on. I just started talk therapy, and it honestly is starting to really change my life.
I've seen it.
Giving me the tools to deal with my anxiety, with my rumination, with my constant worrying, my overeating, my emotional eating.
Being rude to my best friend.
Sure, a lot of that stuff. So if you got something big going on in your life right now, or you've just been living a certain way where you don't want to live that way anymore, get over to BetterHelp and talk to somebody. They got a licensed therapist. They connect with you. You can do it right in your own spot. You can text. You can eat. You can do video. You can eat. You said. you get a bite with this guy. They're absolutely fantastic. And you might not have that specialist in your hometown that BetterHelp can provide. So do it.
If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Become a better person. Visit BetterHelp.com/garbage today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/garbage. Do it. Yeah. What was the first concert you went to?
Oh my God. Come on.
Somebody nuts.
The one. It's exactly who I should go to.
I have no AC/DC. I don't know who it could be.
Who sings the bottles and cans, seeds and stems, bottles and cans?
Afro Man?
No.
Bottles and cans,
seeds and stems.
Oh my God, it's
311?
No, so seedy.
What do you got? Bottles and cans, seeds and stems.
Oh my God, I was obsessed with them. And now I
Rap
can't
group?
remember.
Commander Cody?
No.
What?
Look up bottles and cans. God
Country?
damn it.
What kind? Give me a vein of.
It's like rock.
Rehab?
Rehab.
I don't even know what that is.
Rehab. I love Rehab. I knew it was like just a word. Yeah, dude, Rehab. And I had braces on, and I had a giant choker with a rose on it, and I was so fat. And I remember being like, "We love you. We're huge fans." I went with my friend whose house I grew up at, and they were like, "Do you want to come to our hotel room?" And I remember my ears going back and being like, "Whoa, I could fuck this guy right now."
But how old are you? They just need you to move furniture.
How old are you?
That was 13 for sure.
You were 13.
Because I had braces on, yeah. And then her dad was like there.
With you?
Yeah, because he was a good dad, yeah.
So he was like, that ain't happening.
No, he was like that. And Maria was like that. My friend was like, that isn't happening.
You were already in the van? Like,
yeah, I was like, okay.
You guys got cereal there?
Yeah. But then what happened was all my bad friends started doing drugs. So all my friends were like, now it's time for coke, like when they were like 16. And I was like,
16.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then I was like, no, I'm not ready for that. Like, because I was a punk at that point, and then smoking cigarettes and stuff. And then something happened. I just started hanging out with these kids that were like kind of philosophical. And then I was like, started dating one of them. And then I was like, oh, I'm so addicted to this. And then I had to have a break with the bad friend. So then I joined the like philosophy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
A little more crust, like
The philosophy
crunchy.
clique.
The philosophy clique.
I've never heard that ever
Yeah.
before.
It was like we would like play poker. They were like the dorks, Settlers of Catan.
How old are you?
That was
How old are you now?
33.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So then, and then I dated that kid. And
This
then
is high school you're
That's
talking.
high school. And then
Not a popular kid in high school.
That's the thing is I was always popular. Like not popular, not cool, but I went to a hippie school.
Yeah.
So the hippie school has 32 kids in a grade. So it's like
32 kids in a grade.
Yeah. So my best friend, who's still my best friend, she was like super funny, super hot, and I was not hot, but very funny. So we were like, when we would smoke blunts every morning, we were like the class clowns.
Girl smoking blunts in the morning is such a high school dirtbag
Wild.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's go on a blunt cruise.
Yeah.
Coming,
We would get
reeking like
ripped.
fucking Dutch masters.
Yeah. And we would start laughing so hard in class that we would just put our foreheads on the tables with our hands down, just like
How many
paralyzed.
kids are in class? Like,
20?
okay, that's almost the whole.
No. Oh, yeah.
Like
totally.
in like English class, 15 people? Or like is
I'm
everybody
thinking
in
of
this?
our big classes. The biggest it would get is 20. Some of them had 8, and some of them had nobody in there. And it was all hippie. It was like you had to. There was like a community. There was a school farm. We didn't have any sports. My dad was like,
4-H club?
"Please, can we start a sports team?" And they were like, "No."
32
No,
kids. How are you
4-H.
going to start sports?
It was like a farm where we'd grow the stuff to put in our school lunches, and that was like a committee that I called herbivores.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
This was a private school.
No public. No money.
This is a public school?
No money. They wanted to shut it down so many times.
This is the public school for weird kids.
Yeah, and then there's IHS, Ithaca High School, which is a public school for everybody. So the
32
weird kids,
I mean,
we didn't have any grades, we didn't have any tests, we had student evaluations. Like there was no the way my
Growing your
chemistry
lunch.
class. Yeah, the chemistry class was like she brought in like pig lungs and we dissected them. Like there was no. I don't know periodic table. I don't know anything about anything. I don't know geography. I know nothing.
Geometry, trigonometry.
No, I failed all of those in college. I had to manipulate my way through them. I had 3
Respect.
tutors in chemistry, and then I waited till there was an assistant dean, and then I went in and I was like, "Hey, the other dean was about to sign this. Can you sign this?" And what it said was basically
pretty
she
good.
doesn't have to take chemistry. But that
That's
was
really good.
how the alternative community school was, where it was like you can do anything you want. You just have to figure it out. And I missed a lot of school because of the OCD. So they would be like, "Okay, you missed this entire class, so now you have to write like a 10
that can be your way out.
a
Fulfill the
paper
credits by
on
doing
OCD."
You
Yeah.
wouldn't go to school. You'd wake up and be freaked out and couldn't go to school.
The morning ritual would take so long, whatever the washing that had to do. So I would be late. And I sleep really. I'm late for everything. I was late for this. So I sleep too long.
The morning ritual.
There's so many.
Yeah, they're called rituals.
They're
Yeah.
rituals. Yeah. So like whatever cleaning I had to do, whatever like panic attack I had to have about going in, because everybody was contaminated at the school, but nobody could know because I was like the funny kid. So I would get a 6th grader and be like, "You open the doors. Your job is to open the doors throughout the day." So they would open the doors, and I'd be like, "Thanks, bitch," and they'd be like, "You're weird," and then I would go in.
This girl's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Bunkos.
Lots of medication going on the whole time too.
Okay, I mean, whew.
Anyway,
What's the first arrest? I asked you before we didn't get to it. First time you got arrested.
first time I got arrested was probably I was living in the Adirondacks with my.
What?
Actually, that's not true. I was arrested in the back of a car for something. What did I do?
Grade school?
A
High
party
school?
or something? High school. There was something in high school. Weed. I was arrested in the back of a cop car for weed, and then they let you go.
Okay.
They like book you and
Yeah,
let you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Because we all had weed. My stepbrothers, we would get
Did
weed from
anybody
my stepbrothers.
when did the stepbrothers come
Michelle
into
has
play?
2 boys.
Michelle has 2
Oh.
I
boys.
slept with one of them.
What?
Yeah.
After or before or during?
After.
So they
Jesus.
separated, and then you hooked up with You hooked up with Michelle. So it's your ex stepbrother. It's like Clueless.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
how
why
old,
I did
how
it.
old?
That
is
was pretty
why I
Were
hot.
they your age?
He's 7 years older.
7 years older.
And
So
how
I
old
was-
were you?
20, 19, 19.
So they got married when you were
Was it
13?
hot? Yeah.
I mean, it was like
I've seen the
buds.
videos.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It wasn't. Nothing about me in sex is hot, but it was hot for me because I always was like, "You're so cool." You know?
And you guys lived together for 7 years when they were married.
Yeah. And then I moved out and went to college, and then I came back and I was like, "Hey, I'm like a slut
Did you have
now."
to convince him, or he was on
No,
board?
I think
Does Michelle know this?
Well, we kept it a secret from her for a long time, but then
Where would
Just
you
like
sit?
everything.
it was so funny because I tell my mom everything, and I was like, "Mom, I'm gonna fuck Tyler," and she was like,
That's crazy.
She was
What
like,
does
before
there's
the
no
fact?
way Tyler wants this public.
"It's so public."
I'm saying there's no way he's happy
No,
about
he's totally
that.
fine with it. He knows. We were just hung out the other night. I almost fought his friend. It got really fucked up.
What?
Bro,
I almost
you want to
fought
talk
his
about
friend?
trash me the other night? Being like, yo, I will fuck it. Dude, I got trashy the other night, 2 nights ago. This dude, Tyler brought this guy.
Wait, was it dude?
He was this huge dude. And he was like, I have to eat all this meat right now for this diet I'm on. And I was like, I have to eat. And he was like, you're going to eat meat. I'm a vegan. And he was at the stand. And he was like,
Wait, you have to eat meat?
I have to eat meat.
Okay, and he's a vegan.
He's a vegan.
Oh, you
So
should have
then
hit him. Yeah.
He starts telling me all this horrible, how I'm a horrible person, and I'm like, how about you shut the fuck up? And then Tyler's like, just eat your dinner, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat. This dude's gonna do something crazy, and he was like, I am. I'm actually gonna throw a glass at you. So then I'm like, dude, you're a little dick.
Is this the first time you met this guy?
Yeah,
Oh, fuck
Where
it.
does this happen? At your apartment?
it's the stand.
What the f-
And then
They came to a show.
Yeah, and he got wasted. He was at like 5 Long Island iced teas deep. And then I was like, dude, I'm gonna have fucking 5 dudes bounce you out of here. And once that doesn't happen, there's only Pete. There's only
I'm gonna
Pete.
be all over you like a wet cat. You keep this
First
up.
time you met the guy, he comes to a show with Tyler. You
Trying to
guys
give
are
me
eating
advice.
dinner.
He's like, do you record your sets? I'm like, who the fuck are you? Shut the fuck up.
I record him. I don't listen to him.
Yeah.
I can do better listening
Crazy.
to him.
You're eating dinner at the stand. He says he's going to smash a glass.
Yeah, because I'm eating meat. Tyler's working with him. They're not friends. And he's like, I had no idea this dude was that crazy. And I was like, dude, I'm going to wreck this guy. And then Tyler doesn't even believe what's going on because me and this dude are both getting so like, yo. And Tyler's like, this is a bit, right? And I'm like, no, dude, I think I'm about to fucking kill this guy. And he's like, I think I'm about to kill you. And I'm like, how about this? You fucking get the fuck out of here or I'm going to, and I'm like I get really rageful. I have a lot of rage. And
Seemed cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we didn't get along in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Where does Tyler live? Does he live in the city?
He's in Cali.
So he was here visiting.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. I mean,
It's crazy.
I
You're
was
so
going
close
to
with
ask
him.
you if you ever had a
We're
llama
very
Are
lamp.
you close with your other stepbrother?
Very.
And Michelle.
Yeah.
Not as close as you and Tyler. Impossible.
It's different. Ryan's more of like my
They're
brother.
a little more sexual, yeah.
Ryan's more my brother. He made this.
Okay, very cool.
Tyler or Ryan?
Ryan.
Okay, he makes
Tyler's
jewelry.
Tyler's like I might marry him someday. Ryan's like he's my brother.
Don't marry him just for the sake of
Yeah.
future
keeping it-
gents. Yeah,
yeah,
just you got to break the chain at some point.
Yeah.
You got to you got to break the pattern here.
Yeah.
Where's your mom living now?
Ithaca. She's a giant, massive land that she.
Not
all
in the
these houses
grocery
on.
store.
No, she's crushing it. We're all crushing it. Jamie's crushing it. Jamie's a fucking top real estate lady. Mom's got this giant development with these amazing community houses, and it's so beautiful. I fucking have doing so good. We're all doing
great.
It's crazy. It's so weird. I never thought, but we're still trash.
Yeah, you just offered to fight a guy.
Dude, I just
at work.
ate off of like some comic the other day left their food, and I ate their plate, and people are like, you gotta not do it. All the time, my feature will be like, you don't have to steal stuff from the green room. You paid for that.
Sure,
That's
yeah,
your
yeah,
rider.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, no,
Don't tell anybody I'm
don't tell
taking
anybody
these
to take the
waters.
chopsticks. And he's
Yeah.
like, you asked for those.
Uh-huh.
Those are your chopsticks. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Do you
"Don't."
steal at the airport?
Yes.
When was the last time you shoplifted?
2 days ago.
Yep. Okay.
In the city?
No, in the airport.
What'd you take?
Gum.
That's fair enough. I feel like you were one of those kids that went to the pediatrician for like into your 20s.
Oh, no doctors.
No doctors.
No.
No doctors growing up.
No.
That's weird.
Chiropractor.
A chiropractor.
That's not a doctor.
As a kid?
Well, I was so fat, it hurt my back.
Doctor says I need a backiotomy.
Your mom didn't send you to the pediatrician growing up?
No.
Did you ever-
Yearly physical? Nothing?
At the nurse at school.
That's not a physical.
Dentist.
You told us.
Yeah. It ended up fucking your mom.
Nobody went to the doctor. My dad was so against doctors. He died.
That's how they steal your thoughts.
Yeah. He's very
Huh.
How old was he when he passed?
58.
58. How long ago was this?
10 years.
Gotcha.
Huh. Have you ever worn Axe body spray?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. I had to do it the other day in the boxing gym because
You didn't have to do it the
No,
other day.
they sprayed me.
Oh, you smelled?
Really bad. It was.
You're showing up and people are like, you got to do something about her. You're
Right.
still a stray
BO?
cat.
I boxed the day before, and then I didn't have time to shower. I had to go to shows, and then I fell
Wait, so you
asleep.
boxed, didn't shower, went to do shows, went home, slept, woke up, went back to the boxing gym?
Jesus, you're a girl. What girl?
I'm not
does
sure.
that?
I'm not sure she
know.
is.
I know. I don't like showering very much. I don't like ever being naked.
Okay.
Jesus
Huh.
Christ.
I'm still feral. It's crazy. If somebody said it to me the other day when I described, they were like, "Oh, you're a New York City hick," and I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
that's right."
City hick.
I have to live in Prospect Park. I'm there all day, every day.
That's where you live now, Prospect Park.
Yeah.
Have you
Roommates?
No,
Solo. You got your own place.
with my doggy.
Your doggy.
I don't know anybody that would put up living with you. That would be insane.
I lived with Michael Rowland and Ethan Simmons Patterson.
Okay.
Best comedy house ever. But then I was going through a horrible breakup, and every time I got back together with him, they would be like, "We don't like this," and I'd be like,
Gotcha.
"Then I will choose toxicity over you." So I moved out.
Well, then you can't tell me what to do. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm trying to do. I'm in SLAA. I'm boxing. I have a
What's
nutritionist.
SLAA?
Sex and Love Addicts.
What's that?
That-
She's a sex and love addict.
Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous.
Sex and love addict.
Yeah, because I'm addicted to. I'm not addicted to sex, but I'm addicted. I'm a love addict. So the thing that I was telling you, where I glue myself to people so they don't make me go home, that's what I still do. Where I pick somebody and I'm like, "You're gonna keep me safe. You're my overlord. You tell me what to do." And they're like, I'm just a guy." And I'm like, "No. You're my boss." And they're like, "No, you don't have a boss. You're a grown woman." I'm like, No.
No.
And then they go, "Okay, I want to break up with you because you're weird." And then I go, "No, I'm not going home."
Uh-huh.
You go psycho?
I don't go psycho. Yeah.
I smashed some windows.
I do.
Okay.
The most recent psycho thing was I broke my hand. I was like, because this dude was very mean to me, and then I would keep getting back together with him, and I went outside and I punched my motorcycle and I broke my hand, and that was like, I was like, "Oh, this has got to stop."
Sounds like the Hell's Angels, dude.
I know.
Where are you meeting these guys?
Comedy, unfortunately. I date comics.
You date comics.
Yes.
Okay. Glutton for punishment.
Where am I supposed to meet people?
Hey, I'm not judging.
How am I supposed? All I do is podcast and then go.
I know. We dated for years.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's so hard.
I mean, I knew this was going to be a little dicey, but I was not prepared for this. I mean, this is insane. You're doing good now, though. You got your own place. Any moves towards a little bit of a classier existence?
I
Wait,
bought a house
Well, nice.
bought a house?
Where at?
upstate Ithaca.
Very great. Very
God,
cool.
Get
It's-
out of there.
I know.
Yeah, what do you do
crazy.
when
Oh,
you're
sorry.
going back to the
It's
scene
not
of the
Ithaca.
crime?
It's outside of Ithaca,
It's-
like in a very beautiful little farm.
How close to your family?
20 minutes.
Too close. That is
But
too close.
I love my family now because it's mom, sister, niece. It's 5 women and they rule.
Okay.
Mom. Michelle's the other,
Michelle, Donna, and Real Mom.
Yeah.
and they're tight too.
They're so tight. And then my sister and then my niece. So we have these ladies and it's all good. Now that the men have been removed, everything's great.
Your sister's not married.
No, she was married to a man and then he started having sex with big fat prostitutes.
Okay.
Big ones.
Hey, you can't
No,
fetish
no.
shame.
Big ones.
Okay.
Like gnarly. So then we're all,
Like
me and my
dudes.
sister,
That's what-
all we're trying to do is fight tooth and nail to get out of our trashy existence. And every time we take one step forward, somebody's like, "Nah, you're right
Yeah.
back where you started." And we're like, "What? She was in suburbia, had the husband, had
Had
the
it
kid."
all, had won the game.
Couldn't-
And now she's back
yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
When'd you buy the house?
So recently, last September.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
It's
awesome.
adorable.
Investment property, I would assume.
Investment property.
Gotcha.
Very nice.
Because I
Okay.
couldn't do the stock thing. Everybody's telling me to do the stock thing, and I just couldn't get myself to do it. So I bought gold and I bought a house.
I mean,
You
you are
bought
a
gold?
fucking dirtbag.
Yeah.
They do say buy gold, though. Yeah.
Bought
Yeah.
gold.
Especially with everything, with all the turmoil going on. Okay. What kind of car do you have?
Motorcycle. Oh, I have
Just-
a truck upstate.
A truck upstate and a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
How often do you get back to the house in Ithaca? A good amount or not a lot?
I just got it, so I've only been back once. So I'm gonna go back Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then I'll stay there for April and just do upstate gigs.
And you
Very
leave your
cool.
truck there.
I leave my truck there. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like having a car in the city.
Yeah, it's
It makes me feel more trashy. with the tickets, and then it gets dirty, and it's like I affiliate having a vehicle because I had a truck for so many years as being like, I was like, it's more classy to just take the train and take Ubers, because when I have a car, it's like just becomes a
There's trash
dog
in
pit.
there.
Yeah.
Do you take the motorcycle everywhere? A lot?
Kenny died, and I saw him in the hospital, and since then like have not been able to get on it, which is crazy. Because
smart, but
I think it was, you know what it was? I'm so nihilistic. Like, I'm like, if I die, I've had a happy life. It's okay. But there was something about all of the comics around Kenny looking at him and being like, dude, he's right there. Like, his body, like, get up. Like, you were just here a second ago. That I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, my family will be around me and being like, we don't want, like, my niece will be like, we don't want you to die. Even if I'm okay with it. Like, if I get depressed to a level where I'm like, who cares? But I do want to get back on it. I just need to not be a pussy. But it is a fucking nightmare too. You show up to every gig just like
you smell like you work at Pet Boys. Yeah.
How long have you been riding a motorcycle though? When did you start riding?
Just like 2 years ago.
Just
I
started
was
riding a
driving
motorcycle
those-
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Well, I was driving those Revels everywhere, and then I was like, this is taking all my money, so I just bought a motorcycle and taught myself, because I know stick really well, and it's basically stick just with your feet.
It's crazy.
Just do you
buys
drink?
a motorcycle.
No. Sober.
I don't drink. I would drink, but I just have, because I was so fat, any amount of, I have to like be so rigid with all my calories or I get fat.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do mushrooms sometimes, microdosy.
Okay.
Yeah.
When'd you get your passport?
I got my passport. My dad sent me to
God.
Ecuador to build a house, which was such. He
For
was
a client or
When?
like charity?
It was like that. His community, his business, and this business were having like a joint, like, build a house in Ecuador, work with the contractor in Ithaca or whatever. So he was like, you go and do this, which was then so weird because this guy who was getting the missionaries to build the house, it was like we were building a house up in a community in Ecuador, right? And there's this guy who looks like Jesus, and he's like, thank you, I'm bringing you, the Americans, to help the Ecuadorians. And then we go to his farm, and I'm like, oh, all of these Ecuadorians who lived in this community are working on his giant avocado farm. And I'm like, you're giving them a house through missionaries, and then they are your slaves.
Yeah, they're living there.
And I brought this up, and everybody at the thing was like,
chill.
How old are you when this happened?
that I must have been 17.
17. Your dad sends you to Ecuador. For
He
how
sent
long?
me
That's the most normal thing she said all fucking day.
How
What
long
are
were you
nuts?
there?
Maybe like 2 weeks or something. But they needed somebody who could do mason work, and I could do mason work.
Yeah, all 17-year-old girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need a bricklayer. Call up Jensen.
Yeah, I love mason work. That's my favorite.
I mean, do you know how to operate a forklift?
Yes.
Yes.
You ever own a potato gun?
No.
Paintball gun?
Yes.
Yeah. BB guns?
Yes.
Gun?
I can't. I shot a gun in Omaha a couple years ago, but I can't do it because I have the.
Too close.
I can't.
I
So
mean,
I
that's
had to
one
quit
way to
roofing
put
for
that, just a hand movement.
Yeah, I'm too scared. Like, if there was an X-Acto knife on the table, I would ask you guys to move it because I'd be so tempted to just fucking take it and just because.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Christ.
Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I don't like heights anymore either because I'll jump.
Did your
I
dad
won't
have
jump.
guns growing up?
No,
On the
he's
farm.
anti-gun. He's very.
It was very anti-Vietnam War, you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he thought everybody should have one musket that you'd have to
A
load.
musket?
Yeah. That you'd have to load and then you could shoot somebody. But he was so anti-gun. He would be freaking out. I don't know how he'd feel about Biden, but he would have been totally a Bernie guy. He would have been all about
Yeah,
Bernie.
sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Were you ever into hacky sack?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Had to
I
have.
fucking
And
knew
devil
it.
sticks.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Shout out to
dude.
it.
Devil
Yeah,
sticks
yeah,
are
yeah.
so fun.
You were doing devil sticks in high school?
Yeah.
Man, I might be Jordan Jensen.
After school, you and your friends, you're doing it?
Devil sticks outside. Yeah, hacky sack. My boyfriend was the hacky sack king.
Mine too.
Yeah. And then I had the devil sticks. And because we had ultimate frisbee, that was the only thing you could play at our school that you were allowed to play. There was no sports, so it was devil sticks, hacky sack. Hacky
Your
sack
squad
was
must have been
Oh
something.
man, it sounds like the Renaissance
They
fair.
were, yeah.
They
it
were all
was.
goth.
Oh my god, it was so like the Renaissance. No, I was the goth one.
You were the only goth
They
one in
were
your
Renaissance-y.
squad.
Okay.
They were more like
Wait, Renaissance-y? What do you mean?
they
like,
were.
I bid you good
Medieval
morrow.
times?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, yes.
They curtsy and stuff like
Yes.
that. They were living in fucking fantasy land, these kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I would have to sneak out from the smart kids once I joined that crew who were like hacky sacking and rip a cig. And they'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Nothing." You know, like it was my little punk ways I had to like divorce.
And when did you start smoking?
Whenever I started being a busser, so probably 14, 13.
You were bussing tables?
That was your first job, bussing tables?
That's not, you had nothing about you has been what a girl would do ever.
Right.
Busboy, I was a busboy. He was a busboy. No girls first. They
What
were
do girls do?
cashiers at the pizza place, at the dry
Babysit,
cleaner,
something.
babysit. You're doing mason work and bussing tables.
I just didn't look there. Everybody, it was like I was a boy. I was raised like a boy, and then it was just kind of like, I don't feel like a boy, but I definitely, when I'm with women, I'm like, I'm not
one of you.
I'm not whatever you are.
Yeah.
I'm not one of you, but I feel more like one of you
Yeah, I
guys.
got it. Yeah.
That's why I have so much beef with all my friends becoming trans men. I'm like, no shit, that's what we're but don't. You can't do that. You're breaking up the band, Yoko. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
you got to suffer with me with these stupid tits in your face.
Sure. Okay. I mean, I don't even know where to. Anybody in your family ever live on a houseboat? That's all I got.
No houseboat.
No
I
houseboat?
wish.
Yeah,
They
that
were
seems
all in
pretty
the attic
cool.
of a
Love a
barn.
houseboat.
I know, it's true. You got an air fryer? Do you cook?
I just started cooking because
What do you
of this
cook?
diet.
If we were coming over and you're like, I got one dish.
You could never come into my house.
Okay.
Why is that?
It's a tiny studio. I love it. But it's a tiny studio. It's just like a playpen for me and my dog. My kitchen's tiny.
Refer to your house as a playpen for you and an animal.
That's
is
your safe
insane.
space.
It's like camera equipment, tools. I love it. But you couldn't come in there. Where would you sit? On my bed?
I don't know. I would not sit on your bed.
I have a
no.
leather couch. I got a nice leather couch.
Okay.
But it's very tight, but I like that because I'm right by Prospect Park, so I just go out into the wilderness, which I like. But I just last night I cooked. I just taught myself. My best friend taught me how to do this. I put chicken in a bag with miso and soy sauce,
Okay.
and then but I was supposed to put it in the air fryer, but I didn't because I wanted sweet potatoes and all at once, and I wanted to go to bed, so I put it in the Instapot
Okay.
with some broth.
Like a
And-
crock pot?
Yeah. And then I just let that cook for a little while. I think I overcooked it, but that's okay because I get OCD about the chicken.
Yeah.
And then that's what I eat.
What do you mean in a bag? You put it in a bag?
I put it in a bag to marinate.
Oh,
yes.
gotcha. Okay.
And then I dumped it into the pot with sweet potatoes and
I'm surprised she
onions.
cooked it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I thought she was like, then I just ate it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay.
And I eat at the clubs.
Yeah,
Clubs.
yeah.
Just a lot of meat.
Huh.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal, yeah. You ever cut the sleeves off a hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Wow, that's so weird that you said that. I just set a hoodie out and I was like, I'll cut the sleeves off it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll wear this more. Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You pee in the shower?
Every single time.
Yeah.
You brush your teeth in there?
Yeah. Is that trashy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your
What?
It's efficient and better, but it's trashy.
I imagine you leave your
No,
toothbrush
no
in the
way. Your
shower.
Toothbrush is in the shower right now.
Oh, and you have OCD?
I don't have cleanliness OCD.
That's what mine
What do
is.
you think that toothbrush looks like?
It's nice.
A plunger? I don't know.
It's electric.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you that. When was the last time you
I
replaced?
have money. That's the thing.
I know.
As soon as somebody goes, like this shirt, I was like, my friend took me shopping and she was like, you can wear boy clothes, but they have to be nice. So I'll just, whatever you tell me to buy, I'll buy.
So when was the last time you replaced the head on the toothbrush?
Oh,
Gotta
Yeah,
be years.
gotcha.
That thing's got to look.
Yeah, it's gunked up.
it's gone.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Do you floss every day?
No.
Uh,
No way. Do you guys?
no.
Okay.
Anybody in your family pronounce it the days of the week as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, yeah. Well, all the dudes I grew up with, this is what I always say. The trash accent with women is like Monday. It's like flat. It's like a car, revving or a car like
sure.
overheating, where it's like. But all the men on the construction crews that grew up, it's like a car stalling out. So it's like, well, you better make it, you made Monday, dude. We're gonna go down to baby grab, dude. My nickname was Joba. That's my everybody knows me
Joba?
as Joba.
What's Joba?
Just my nickname.
In high school or?
My entire life.
In the
Joba.
penitentiary.
If you go to Ithaca, you
And
will.
you
and
asked
walk
about
around,
Joba.
You'll
Yeah.
hear just left and right, Joba, and I'm like,
Were you guys kind of known around town growing up?
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
like the whites in West Virginia, probably.
Not in a good way. Yeah, no. It was not to be like I went to the farmer's market once as a kid, and immediately I get called into the police because somebody got robbed from the farmer's market. So I had to go to the cops, And I ended up crushing because the cop brings me in and he's like, did you steal this money from this thing? And I was like, dude, do you what? Because I was so young. I was like, what do you think? I have rubber arms? You think my arm can extend all the way out, go around the thing, unhook it? You think I'm elastic, man? You think I'd be in Ithaca if I was elastic? And he was dying. He was like, you can go. And I was like,
Somebody robbed one of the vendors.
I was in
somebody.
Ecuador
It
all day.
actually wasn't me, but yeah,
Could have been.
Oh,
you.
that's how I got arrested in Target stealing so many times.
Mhm.
Oh boy, stealing. So many times at the mall. I forgot about all the mall. Claire's, we would load up and then we get home and go like this and drop all
Shake all the stuff
yeah.
out.
So
Now,
much.
have you ever intentionally given anybody the wrong directions?
No. I'm not a bad person.
If you get a piece of mail that's not in your name, what do you do with it?
Put it on the stairs.
Really?
Really?
What do you do?
I throw it out.
Throw it out.
That's that guy's problem.
Oh, I put it on the stairs. I live in an apartment building. Put it on the
That's
stairs.
good. Yeah, I mean, me
You
too.
never stole any Amazon packages.
No.
Okay.
But
I'm looking for a sweater that looks like that, by the way. Okay.
but
But-
I have ordered stuff from Amazon, called Amazon, said I didn't get it. Refund.
What are we talking? Big ticket
The
item?
bigger, the more often I'm doing that, yeah.
Like what? TV?
Not TV, but, maybe like, okay, for instance, I bought a thing to like a cabinet and it was dog shit. And I was like, this is fake wood. This is dog shit. I'm pissed about it. I'm going to use it. But I called them and I was like, I didn't get
Gotcha.
it.
Said
I
it never
respect
got
that.
there.
Yeah. But during the pandemic, all bets are off. I'm ordering stuff whatever I'm ordering, I'm saying I stole from Whole Foods. Dude, they said wear a mask. I was like, oh, don't mind if I do.
She shows up in a ski mask.
I taught all my friends. I taught Mike Racine. I taught Chloe Radcliffe. I taught all my friends how to steal from Whole Foods, how to get all of the good stuff and walk out. I stole when I was a contractor in New York. 100% of my lumber was stolen, so I could
From where?
Lowe's.
What the fuck? Dude?
Lowe's was great because if you're a woman, you can walk in and they're like, oh, and if you have lumber, they're like, the door. I'll get the door because they can't believe it. So I would steal fucking so many saws, anything I wanted.
Saws.
Dude, I would load up my truck with like 200 2x4s or whatever, and then I'd go in with one 2x4, and I would check out with it. And my game plan, if I ever get caught, which I didn't, was they would be like, you only bought one. I'd be like, no, I told them I had, 40 on the
200,
truck.
yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, we just didn't hear you say that. And I'd be like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
So, Whole Foods,
lumber.
dude.
Hot bar stuff? Is that what you're stealing?
Bro.
Or
The hot bar,
that hot bar gets expensive. You got
The
big
hot
eyes when
bar
you're
is-
there, and the next thing you know, it's like $48.
can I be honest with you? I steal the hot bar like every day. I can't.
From Whole Foods?
I have money and I will buy all my groceries, but stealing a quarter pound of sweet potatoes and paying $16 for it, I can't do it. I'm like, I'm going to walk through, I'm going to pay for everything, and I'm going to be holding this box, and this is my token that I get.
To them, why they are looking at you? Like,
I do the self-checkout,
self-checkout, okay.
and I'm, yeah.
gotcha.
The hot bar is hors d'oeuvres. It is,
it's
that's
past.
crazy.
It's past hors
will you
d'oeuvres.
dance at a wedding?
Yeah. The whole time.
Really?
Okay.
I didn't peg you for a dancer.
I love dancing.
Okay, no one's ever said it in that tone of voice.
I love
I
to
love
dance.
dancing.
Have you been to a wedding recently?
Yeah. My stepbrothers, Ryan's.
What'd you put in the envelope as a gift?
How much?
I bought we all went out to brunch and I bought the whole meal.
Great.
Which was like, yeah.
Very
Really?
nice.
Just the family or the whole wedding?
It was like $700 of people. So it was probably like 12.
I've never heard anybody say that. It was
No,
$700 worth of people.
Yeah. And I just did
It
that.
was 3 gold coins.
But my best friend's wedding, I brought $1,000 in cash.
Great.
That's
Yeah.
what you gave her.
In an envelope or just
Him,
cash?
In an envelope.
Okay. Card or
That's-
just an envelope?
Just an envelope.
That's
I
pretty
mean, what-
solid.
I mean, what,
giving
what is
jihads.
this, Goodfellas? That's fucking crazy.
He was like, what the fuck?
It's all small bills,
Yeah.
too.
Who cut your hair?
You probably.
I cut my hair for years. Michelle is a hairdresser. One of my moms. She owns a salon that my mom built for her.
So when you go home, she cut your hair.
Well, now I go to the city. I go to a woman named Liz at Spoken Wheels. Shout out Soho. I just made an appointment for tomorrow because it is fucked
How much that cost you?
a lot. I mean, I got my hair dyed blonde and it was $600.
Jesus.
What do you tip?
A lot.
Mhm.
I'm a big tipper except for on Uber and Lyft.
Okay.
No tips on Uber and Lyft. Everybody else is getting at least 20%. If you're
I
doing a good
respect it.
job, you get my money.
Uh-huh.
You're driving. A driver the other day had a water bottle. You're getting the tip. You got a suit on. You got a nice car. You're getting a tip. But the rest of these guys are fucking torn up freaking Camrys. Fuck you. Crazy.
Did you take the SATs or no?
Yeah, I did. I fucked my SAT tutor. Fuck.
Yeah, you
the
did.
fuck?
That was
How
inappropriate.
old were you? I mean, you were 17.
This was not good. Yes, that was not good. That should not have happened. I fucked my tutor, and he lived above the grocery store, so he was in my old apartment. And I remember fucking him and looking up at the ceiling and seeing stars that I had put up as a kid.
What?
Wait, how come he moved into the grocery store after
It's
you
a
guys
small
moved out?
town. It's a really small town.
I mean, that's wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for unpacking.
Sure. I mean, you got a lifetime to unpack.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what the fuck to ask her.
I
She's
know.
trash.
What'd you get on the SATs? Do you remember?
Come?
It wasn't good.
Below 1,000?
What? Well, that's the thing. The whole thing has changed.
It was probably at your time. It was probably
Out of 26.
out of 2,400.
2,400.
I remembered 1,400. Is that a thing?
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
out of 2,400.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But college, I had to really, because they were like, what are all these evaluations that I'm getting from from the alternative school? Like, I'm getting like stick finger paintings and descriptions that Jordan's a social butterfly. Like, what the fuck is this?
She just tags it. It's a
Yeah.
skull and crossbones and a bow.
So we had to call and be like, because my boyfriend was going to that school, and as you know, I'm a codependent, so I had to go to that school. And then I ended up, once I realized that I could fuck other people, I went a little crazy.
Okay.
What school was that?
Alfred
College?
University.
Alfred University.
It's an art school. I didn't go for art. I went for philosophy.
Okay.
Those are no calls.
What was the Christmas situation like growing up? Did you decorate?
There's
Did they decorate?
no God. God is not allowed in my house. They don't like God, my dad or my mom. So it was like,
I mean, Christmas isn't necessarily
Yeah.
God.
yeah, but it was like Christmas was a little bit sacrilegious. So my dad would do presents always wrapped in newspaper, and then
That's kitschy.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't kitschy for him. They were literally
It was
pulled
probably
out
the
of his
best he
truck.
could ever.
Was
yeah,
there
like,
a
it wasn't
tree?
yeah.
When we were really young, there was a tree that we would sew popcorn together and use it as decorations. And then my mom was like, we'd get like a pear tree or something, and she'd do more of like a pagan thing because she was like she loves the pagans.
The motorcycle gang, not the
Yeah.
No Christmas tree.
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
she's
some
fucking
years
trash.
We would, but when Michelle was with us, Christmas tree, so many decorations, like everything was beautiful. Michelle was like, I'm telling you, Michelle is like my savior. My mom is so cool because the only reason I am a comedian is because my mom is so funny and so intense. But Michelle was like, oh, you will.
Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle, when I have a panic attack, is number one. You know what I mean?
You call her.
Yeah, totally.
Gotcha.
I mean, you got to come back.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much more to unpack. It's going to be like the Chronicles at Big J again. Yeah, I mean, fucking trash through and through. Not even close to.
You bite your fingernails.
I cut them lesbian short.
I saw proper dirt under the one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like she was just changing a carburetor.
How do people
before she
not
got
get
here.
dirt? It's because I'm in the park all day. I spend a lot of time in the park.
What are you digging in there? What are you doing?
I'm playing with my dang dog. We get into it, dude. People, I'm shadow boxing in the park.
They both
and
have a
everything.
piece of rope in their mouth.
Yeah.
They're just fucking going at it.
The other day, I took a stick home because I thought it looked cool. My dog was like, "Can I have that stick now?" And I was like, "No, it's mine." And we had like a minute where I was like, "I'm keeping this. It's going on my
What a
shelf."
stick
Right.
home from the park. I mean, buddy, you are
Yeah. Proper trash.
and super unique. That's a wild tale,
Yeah.
man.
One of the craziest stories we've had thus far, for sure.
And I feel like we haven't even scratched the
I'm
surface.
still so confused as like the multiple moms and now
the grocery
the
store.
fact that
the
one of your
barn.
moms that you consider mom is the new wife of your ex stepmom
She's the best.
is insane. Donna, if I
Donna.
have it, I feel like I have it pretty mapped out.
Donna's like the one who gets shit done. So Donna is like the one. My mom is the one who's like, I can literally be like, I'm too fucked up on Molly. Talk me down. And my mom's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do.
Get yourself
then-
some sugar.
Yeah. And then Michelle is like the sweet one who is like, I love you. She'll text me twice a day being like, just so you know, I love you. And Donna is the one that I called the other day and I was like, I don't know how to cook. I don't know what I'm doing. How do I work a crock pot? And she's like, easy. You need 20 grams of protein. How many chicken breasts you got there? So she's like that. She's like the fitness one. We're both into fitness. It's the best.
And they're all together. Holidays, they're there.
Holidays, we try and get all of us together. Sometimes Michelle has to go to her side or Donna has to go to her side. But
Sure,
we
they're
try and-
family.
yeah, right.
Yeah, they're actual family.
Yeah.
Not these.
And Michelle's mom is like my grandma, Grandma Fran. She's,
Michelle's mom.
Yeah, so Franny just like sent me a quilt that's on my bed now.
I mean, what the fuck?
I don't know,
I
dude.
can't even wrap my
And
head
that's
around it.
Michelle comes from Trailer Park, had Tyler when she was 15. Michelle is like from trash to owns her own business, makes so much money. So she has like her whole own. So it's all derivative of.
No, yeah, there's
I forgot
Yeah.
that.
There's
Tyler,
no old money in here.
Michelle is Tyler's mom.
Yeah.
The stepbrother that
Yeah.
you slept with.
Well, that's it, folks.
Christ.
It's an underdog story. It's really good.
It's something.
Ladies
doing
and gentlemen, Jordan Jensen, 100%
thank
garbage.
you.
Yes.
A wild tale.
Unbelievable,
buddy. We love you. Thank you so much
Thanks
for coming
so much.
in.
Yeah.
Anything you want the folks out there to know? Hit them. You got
Plug
B&E.
away.
Please check out R.I.P. Jordan Jensen. It's kind of philosophy, psychology. How did you get to a point where you wanted to die? How do you not die? Check
Sure.
that out. And all my tour dates are on punchup.live/Jordan Jensen.
Kippy, what
Love
do you
it.
got?
Guys, we have one more AYG and Friends that isn't sold out at Chelsea Music Hall. I think that'll be this weekend of this coming out. November 8th. Get tickets for that if they're still available. Thanks a lot. We love yous.
Gang, we love you. We'll see you next week. Peace.